Hey Raiders!
Welcome back to the Raider Rundown.
This week is a busy week, but we're starting off with a once-in-a-lifetime experience, the solar eclipse. The eclipse will happen later today between 1:30 and 1:50, with the most totality being between 1:35 and 1:45. We will be following this modified schedule today to accommodate for the eclipse.
Let's hear from Mr. Valls and his astronomy seniors about why this eclipse is so important.
Hi, I'm Ryan Ellison.
Hi Ryan, so tell us, why do solar eclipses happen?
Okay, basically, in short, a solar eclipse happens when the moon passes in between the sun and the earth, covering the light from the sun, casting a large shadow over the earth.
Hi, I'm Nani.
Hi Nani. I've heard of lunar eclipses, but how are those different from solar eclipses?
So, a lunar eclipse is basically the Earth's shadow on the moon. So, the Earth is in between the moon and the sun perfectly directly. The orbital paths line up. So, the Earth's shadow is being cast on the moon. For a solar eclipse, that would be the moon's shadow on the Earth due to it getting in between the Earth and the sun. And they're considered rare because of how slightly different the orbital planes are and how the Earth and the moon orbit the sun. They're not always perfect, or else we'd have them way more often.
Hi, I'm Zach.
Hi Zach. I've seen maps where you can view the solar eclipse the best. Why is the eclipse not visible everywhere?
That's a great question. So, when an object is partially illuminated, two types of shadows are cast: the umbra, or total darkness, and the penumbra, a partial darkness. On a planetary scale, you'll see that the light will slowly reconnect with itself behind the object. So when you put this in front of the Earth, you see that a relatively small shadow is cast over a small portion of the Earth. Also good to note, we are not within the total darkness, so please wear your solar eclipse glasses.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
Hi Isaiah. Last fall, I remember we had an annular eclipse. How is that different from a total eclipse?
The difference is the distance between the Earth and the Moon. An annular eclipse is one where you can see a ring around the Moon. A total eclipse is one where you can't see the sun at all. During an annular eclipse, the Moon is further away from the Earth, and during a total eclipse, the Moon is actually closer to the Earth. This is because the orbit of the Moon is elliptical, and so it actually is an oval instead of a circle. And when the moon is closer, it appears larger and casts a bigger shadow, and when the moon is further, it appears smaller and casts a smaller shadow.
Hi, my name is James.
Hi James, how can we safely view the eclipse?
There are many ways, the most popular being the solar eclipse glasses, which our principal, Mr. Reeves, will be handing out on the day of the eclipse. If you would like to take a picture, hold the glasses up to your camera because it will burn a hole in your camera. You can also make an eclipse viewer, which is just like a hole and a piece of paper or a shoebox or even a strainer. Do not take your glasses off and look at the sun for any reason. You can take them off, just don't take them off and look at the sun. So go out there, be safe, and have fun.
Hi, I'm Mr. Valls.
Hi Mr. Valls. I have seen this eclipse referred to as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Why is it so special? I mean, how often do solar eclipses occur?
That's a really good question. So what's interesting is that the moon's orbit around the Earth takes about 28 days. So technically, the moon does come between the Earth and the sun every 28 days. But obviously, we don't have an eclipse every 28 days. And the reason for that is because the moon's orbit is tilted. And if you see this really quick video, it'll kind of explain that to you. We don't have a solar eclipse every month because that moon's orbit is not exactly in the plane of the orbit that the Earth takes around the sun. So since that orbit wobbles, sometimes the shadow is too high. And sometimes the shadow just goes too low when the moon comes between the Earth and the sun. So it's just on a rare occurrence that that orbit just so happens to line up just right so that the shadow of the moon is cast on the Earth. So obviously that's a more rare event. If eclipses do happen about every 2 years, a total eclipse will happen. But the reason we call this a once-in-a-lifetime event is you don't know, or we know it's very variable where on the Earth that will occur. So if you stay in one location, you won't see another total eclipse for another 400 years. For us here in this area, there's going to be another one not until 2045. So you guys will be about 35 to 38 years old when that happens, but you still won't be able to do it here. You'll have to travel to Oklahoma to see the path of totality. So this is a rare experience for us to experience, even though we won't experience complete totality. we'll have like 99.9% totality, which is going to be pretty darn good for us.
Just remember, best practices for viewing the eclipse are to wear the eclipse glasses that your B4 teacher will give you and enjoy this super cool experience.
STAR testing will begin tomorrow with the English 1 test. English 2 will be on Tuesday, followed by biology and U.S. history the next week, and Algebra 1 the week after. Make sure to bring your Charge District Chromebooks and chargers for the test.
This Friday is a half day. We will follow the half-day bell schedule. It will be a B-day. Do you want to be part of the program that's responsible for this amazing Raider Rundown each week? Or maybe you just like collecting information about things happening on campus? Or maybe even just attending school events and learning photography skills? Then you should join the Raider Media program.
From creating the national award-winning yearbook and producing a weekly newscast to telling stories for our students by students, we've got something for everyone. Stop by room 216 for more information and program applications. Applications are due Friday.
Next Friday, April 19th, In-N-Out Burger will be on campus. Buy a $5 ticket in the Commons any day next week during all lunches to get a burger, chips, and a drink on Friday.
Graduating NHS members, please be sure to turn in your volunteer/service hours by Tuesday, April 30th.
Also, Mr. Crossan will be sending out forms for NHS stoles for graduation. You will have the option to wear the stole that a friend or family member has worn in the past, or you can order one yourself. The cost of a stole is $25, and the deadline to turn in your payment is Wednesday, April 17th. If you have any questions, please see Mr. Crossan in room 208.
Now to David and Marciana for this week's Raider Sports.
Hey Raiders!
Tomorrow, the softball teams will head to Denton High to battle against the Broncos. JV plays at 5, followed by varsity at 7.
On Wednesday, all 3 baseball teams will play Argyle. JV Red and varsity will play the Eagles here at home at 4:30 and 7, while the JV Blue team will play at Argyle at 5.
Then on Friday, the JV Red and varsity teams will head to Argyle to play them on their own turf at 4:30 and 7. Get out and support your Raider baseball.
The softball teams will get their chance against the Argyle Eagles Friday night too. JV plays at 5 and varsity plays at 7.
After their impressive performance at the district track meet last week, varsity track athletes are heading to area on Friday at Carrico Stadium. Congratulations, everyone. Get out there and show them how it's done.
And finally, on Saturday, the baseball teams will head to Braswell to play against the Bengals. Varsity will play first at 11 a.m., followed by JV Red at 1:30.
As always, make sure to check the district athletic website for up-to-date sports, schedules, and locations.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Raider Rundown.
Don't forget, it's a great day to be a Raider.
See you next week.
Bye.